everybody, fine folks of the internet. What's going on? My name's Kavo. Welcome to Patch Day, the video game podcast where we talk about video game news, rumors, discussions, and everything else on the internet. That man right beside me is AJ9 Lives. Hello, AJ.
Salutations, guys. How you doing this evening?
They're doing great. Doing great. Did a lot of cleaning today in the house. But yeah.
Clean the house. Today was just a really boring day. We got snow last night, which means that no one wanted to be on the roads today.
Right.
And it was just the slowest, most boring work day ever.
Yeah. Well, we're going to liven up the day a little bit. Joining us all the way from, where you at? California. I don't know why I was struggling with that. He has his own stream. You can find him on GG Gooch Online. Also rocking the San Francisco Shock jersey on the Overwatch League. It's Gooch!
Hey, what's up, everybody? How's it going? San Francisco Shock?
Yeah.
Read 'em and weep.
Unless there gets a mayhem, then I go, boo. No. We'll get into that, but it didn't go as well as I thought it was going to go. But,
Giggity.
welcome back to the show, sir. It's your second time here.
Yes, it is.
First time on camera, might I add. Yeehaw.
Who was on camera last time?
Nope. No one.
I didn't get it working until like halfway through the show, so I just left it off until the end of the show.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was actually on the show.
It happens
I don't remember.
sometimes. It happens sometimes. But glad you're here. Glad you both are here because we got some video game talk to do. Before we get into the actual news and stuff, I want to start with what you guys have been playing. Gooch, since you're the guest, what would you like to share with us, with the team?
Well, lately I've really been into Overwatch, and I'm new to the game, so it's basically what I've been doing on off raid days from Warcraft. So it's just basically been getting into that. I like support. Been doing a lot of Zenyatta. I like Lucio a lot too. Just been really playing a whole lot of that on my free time.
Nice. Very
Crystal.
Crystal. That's not. I mean,
there's no crystals in Taurus yet.
No, not yet. Not yet. But
Unfortunately, no.
there's a big.
I mean,
giant guy
Algalon's
named-
got some sparkles.
There's an Agrimar too, so don't forget that.
Or,
But yeah.
not Algalon, Argus.
Oh yeah,
This is-
Argus. Arg. How's your progress been going in speaking of Argus, AJ, what's your progress now in that raid?
Well, we don't raid as often as we should, so we're still only 6 out of 11, or 6 out of 9? 11? 6 out of 11 heroic.
Okay. Nice.
Still stands. But it's funny, like, after Kingaroth, it's Varamothras. The difficulty curve is so weird in Anzorus. Like, it's like stupid easy, kind of hard, tower defense, pretty easy, and then Kingaroth, who's probably the first real challenging fight. And then you go to Varamothras, who's tank and spank. Then you go to Coven of Shivara, which is probably the most difficult boss and my favorite in the instance.
Varamothras.
And then you go to Agrimar, who's is a spectacle to behold, but he's a really simple fight. And then you go back to Argus, who's kind of hard again. So it's like hard, easy, hard, easy, hard, easy.
It's back and forth.
For the whole rest. Yeah, which is kind of a balance, I guess you could say. But to go so back and forth like that,
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna be raiding tonight's the alt run. I think we'll be progressing tomorrow night. I want to kill Kingaroth because we only got to hit him once with the full team. The one day we fought him, we were missing 3 of our heaviest hitters, which was our Affliction Lock, our Warrior, and one of our Demon Hunters.
Mm-hmm.
And we only got a few pulls at him with like the full team, and we got him to like 30%. So I'm like, if we have a night dedicated to him, we'll kill him in a few pulls.
Well,
So yeah, looking forward to that.
Again, at least you're raiding, and I'm not. I've been busy. And the only weekend where I could raid, my mom came to visit. So I was like, all right, so I can't really do anything game-wise. But
Moms in the holiday is kind of a must-do thing.
right,
Oh, of
mom in the
course.
holidays, yeah. We got me a new tree. That's all pretty. It's it has the LED and white light like combo, so it can just like flash back and forth if you want it to. I got it fading
Nice.
in and out, It's so cool. We did a popcorn tinsel. And she was like, I want to make popcorn tinsel. Let's do it. I'm like, why?
What is that?
It's you take a string and you put popcorn on it. Like you on the string, on a needle thread, you thread through the popcorn.
Oh,
and you do
it's
it all
that
the way down
simple.
the
That's what it
string.
is.
Yeah, that's how it is. Only problem is,
I would eat it.
yeah, exactly. Would eat it. We ate most of it because also some of it was also burnt. So I don't know why burnt popcorn's not bad for me. Not bad for you. It's probably bad for you, but
Depends. Is it like super oily and buttery? Then yeah. If not, then it's not too bad.
Yeah. So what I've been playing this week, I've been in WoW again. I've been mostly doing that, and I did get my chess piece that I wanted from the PvP stuff. So went to the vendor, switched out the echoes to get the token, got my shirt. Now I'm in the shirt. Now I got the shorts. I got the barbarian feet. I look like a meme walking into a battlefield, like literally. So it's fun, but I like it. And also did some arenas. Was it earlier this? Yeah, it was earlier this week with Fez from Gooch's Guild. We did 2v2s and did quite well.
Oh, you did twos. Nice.
Yeah, twos was fun. Sorry. But I also tried to do my artifact challenge again. I don't know why. I don't really want to.
How'd you do?
I got to 13% on him. So I'm getting very close. The problem is a lot of simple mistake shit that I'm doing. I just need to go back in, practice, get him down, get that appearance that I'm never going to put on because I don't really like how it looks. But
is that the like watery one with like the little globes of water on it, or am I thinking the other one?
It's like it's a staff with like these like separate diamond crystal things on the top, which
crystal.
It's not,
oh yeah, that's the one.
Which it's not bad looking, but compared to Frostfire Remembrance, it's like nothing. Like I always wear Frostfire Remembrance because it looks awesome. So I also got the last piece of Frostfire Remembrance, so I have all 4 colors for it now because I did the PvP, but I still like the purple one because even if I wear it, so I'm not wearing the robes right now. I'm wearing the meme, but it's a lot of fun, and I would have played more this week if Overwatch League wasn't going on. So that all we're gonna cover on the main topic because there's a lot to go into, and first impressions from it I think are gonna be pretty fantastic. But before we get to that, we got some news to go over, guys. So the Game Awards were Thursday. So the Game Awards, I think it's their 7th annual Game Awards, I think is what it is, or something. I don't know. But they named their video game of the year. Can you guess what it was?
I mean, I'm not gonna say anything because I know.
Well, I know.
Chat room.
Gooch, did you
Let's
see
give chat room.
Did
Let's
you
give
see the
chat room a
article?
moment.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so you know. Chat
Yes,
room. Chat room. I'm just gonna hype up to it. There was nominees. There was not Overwatch, that was last year.
That was last year.
There was Horizon Zero Dawn, Super Mario Odyssey, Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. There was PUBG, so Player Unknown Battlegrounds was on it, and then there was one other one. I can't remember what it was. But it was on there. But those are your 4 options.
I can only understand like half of those being on there. You know,
Right.
I don't understand why like PUBG, like yeah, people had a lot of fun with it, but I don't understand why it's like, you know, in the best of
Right.
nominees.
Yeah, best game, you know.
Yeah. Not I don't know why, but the winner was Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was the game of the year announced. It was the highest rated Legend of Zelda game to date. It was also 2017's Game Award or Game of the Year. Jeff Keighley, I guess is this guy's name, crowned Breath of the Wild the best game of the year, ushering the game's producers onto the stage. Also won Best Game Direction and Best Action and Adventure. What the fuck am I on? Action and Adventure game with awards for the game and 12 total nominations. It's been one hell of a year for the publisher, which also saw the success of this hybrid console, the Switch. The annual award show saw a number of acclaimed games take home statues for excellence in a number of categories, including Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, and Cuphead.
Cuphead. Yeah, I still need to try that.
I would say I would hope Cuphead got art direction or something because the art in that game is amazing. It looks like a Disney movie or something.
It does. It looks like that 1930s style animation.
Yeah.
Also, the other nomination for Game of the Year was Persona 5.
Persona 5, yeah. So obviously that's what Orgoth would have been rooting for. But the one moment that happened during the Game Awards is when a director came on stage. I don't remember who he was, but he just basically said "fuck the Oscars" in his speech or something. He had this I don't know if it was a meltdown or I don't know what it was, but he said something. He started talking about the EA loot box thing, And it's like, yeah, it's shit, right? I mean, like, look, all companies do shit at once, all right? It's not just EA. It happens every now and then. I'm like, I don't know. I kind of want to shit on EA a lot more than other companies, though, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But it was fun. It was just funny. One of the comments on it was like, crack is a wonderful drug. Just this guy going crazy. I highly recommend you guys check it out. Just search "fuck the Oscars" in YouTube. It will come up. You just see two guys, one guy in the mic like going like this, and that's him. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's all I'd say about that.
We're gonna go into a point there. Before we go on anymore, how was your time on Torn and Goblin, by the way?
It was great.
Oh,
I mean, they told me I didn't have to, but I felt obligated to turn off my swearing because they seem like a bit more of a family-friendly show than we are.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I was going to struggle with it. I thought I was going to, slip some fucks here and there, but it didn't happen. It was, that went very well. We had a great conversation, but I felt so bad for Nick because he's trying to be professional and keep us on track while having fun. But you get me and Katie in a conversation together, we take off to left field and there's no bringing us back.
We did that for BlizzCon. I mean, Nick literally left the room when we were talking about BlizzCon. So
I feel so bad because I can go on tangents, she can go on tangents. The two of us together go on super tangents. To give you an idea, we were all on the Skype call for maybe an hour after the show ended. It probably ended at, I want to say, 1-ish. I think Nick dipped out at 2. Me and Katie were in the call until 4:45, just rambling about shit. Yeah.
Wow.
Well past my
really
bedtime.
Good episode though.
Yeah.
It was great. I enjoyed it.
You guys talked about not just the classic servers. That was at 10 minutes in, but you also talked about the Antor cinematic and what else was there? What else did you?
And of course, Katie was like.
And
of course, Katie's first observation was like, "Where would his handprint have been?" And I'm like, "Because that's what I love and slightly hate about talking with her because she focuses on every single detail and it's wonderfully enlightening. But at the same time, it's like, how about the fact that his sword is in the planet?"
Yeah,
it was great fun.
That's the more important. There's a freaking sword out of the ground. That's the more important thing to focus on.
And,
but then I
was
thinking,
this close.
But then I got thinking, if he did have his hand on the planet, wherever it would be, I would say it would be in the middle of the ocean. It would go into the ground.
Just put the Shaman Order Hall back in the maelstrom.
all the shamans are gone. No, it would go in the ocean. All the water would surge down in, and all the water in Thousand Needles would be gone. I'd be like, good.
Yeah, can we bring back Old Thousand Needles, please?
Yeah, I loved Old Thousand Needles. That was amazing.
It had such a cool, precarious, remember that episode of The Last Airbender where they're going through the canyon and there's all those creepy bugs and it's in a very similar setting and I'm like, can we just bring back Old Thousand Needles? It was so cool.
Yeah, they need to bring
but
that back.
one of my thoughts was I was thinking well, where the hell is this dick? Because he's pretty much straddling the planet.
It's fucking Thrall. Ow! No, sorry.
Where's his dick? It just took out Orgrimmar.
We're not going into that.
But he kind of emerged from clouds, so I don't really think his hand was on the planet. I think it was just kind of hovering over it.
I wasn't focusing on that, but yeah,
neither
the biggest focus was the sword, the friggin' sword in the ground.
Is it me? I noticed it the second I saw this, and other people were kind of tagging along too. Is it me, or is that red swirly bit on the hilt of his blade look like the entrance to an instance?
Ooh.
I mean, I know it's not practical to have a raid inside of a sword.
Don't break my heart, AJ.
That would be cool, but how cool would that be?
It would be practical. Let me tell you why it would be practical. There's a little game.
A skyscraper.
There's a little game you may remember called Super Mario RPG: Legend of the
Oh
Seven
my
Stars. Okay, the last stage, you're in the freaking sword. Okay, it's this big zone, and you gotta go through all the bosses that you fought before. Then you gotta find the main boss, and then you gotta kill him again because he reincarnates as this really creepy looking robot guy. But it's a sword. And the sword is actually a boss at one point before you actually go into the sword.
Wow.
So it's a lot of fun and it's plausible. So maybe there might actually...
I'm hoping you go in and the first boss is an amalgamation of Titan energy stuff, and then you descend like way down into it to like where the sword hit the ground, and you're fighting like old god stuff that was released during the wound stabbing, and then
Yeah.
you see Cthulhu just go, hey.
Hey, it's confirmed. Cthulhu is also Chad, apparently. All right, moving on. Let's go to from the Game Awards to another game that we've all kind of wondered when it's going to come out. It's God of War. There's been an update on GameSpot that has stated that the game will be released December 31st, 2018. So more than a year from now. So it's that originally it was not confirmed yet. Some people were speculating that it was going to be coming out March 22nd, but Sony has since, or the PlayStation Store has since shown a release date for it as December 31st, 2018. Just looking at yeah, there it is right there. Well, no, it originally said March 22nd. I guess someone apparently like did an edit wrong, and they're like, wait, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. It's still, I don't know.
That's a leak.
Yeah, it was a leak, or leaks don't always. You always need to take leaks with a grain of salt, because remember, some games potentially send out leaks just as a way of trolling people. Other people, I mean, there's still those who leak, and it's like, oh, it's legit because they don't know what they're doing. But like, take Blizzard for example. Stuff they leak out, not always accurate. Some of the stuff they leak out is actual bait. So maybe this was just, or maybe it was just like a joking thing. But now that it is confirmed, just by looking at the visuals, though, I don't have a PS4, but I mean, it's nice looking. Would I buy this game or buy a PS4 just to play this game though? Like, what?
You should.
I mean, I was in that boat with Bloodborne. I'm like, I fucking love this game. It's on PC. Do I just keep stealing my brother's PS4 whenever I want to? That's not really how it should work.
Again, we had the conversation, like you were always like, just make everything not exclusive. Well, unfortunately, we can't do that.
Rewrite the freaking contracts, you cucks.
Licenses, buddy. Licenses.
You will make so much more money.
You would, but people don't. Oh, people aren't smart like that.
But who really wants money,
I could use a lot right now, really. If you think about it.
That's all half game developers want these days.
If I had the money, I would be at every damn preseason, or not preseason, every damn Overwatch League match. Like, I'd move out there just for the damn matches, probably. That's bad. But
move out here for the weather.
Yeah, move out here for the. Oops.
And there's so many good-looking people here in California.
I mean, we're looking at one of them right there.
I went here for the bitches.
Hey,
I came for the bitches.
Oh, shit, I keep pressing the wrong button.
You silly.
All right, sorry about that. Okay, but December 31st, 2018. By the way, AJ, have you played a God of War game before?
I have not. It's something I've wanted to play. It's something everyone has told me to play, but for some reason, the past couple of years, it's so hard for me to find a new game. Because when I play a game, I don't play a game. I invest in a game. Mm-hmm. Like, I have hundreds of hours in each Dark Souls game. I've probably got 100 in Bloodborne. I've got countless years time in WoW. Like, I invest in a game, and I'm worried to let it suck my life away again. Mm-hmm. So I'm always hesitant.
Gooch, I know you played a God of War game.
Yes, most definitely. I was am a PlayStation fanboy. I just recently came back to the computer world, so right. I was, and God of War is one of the flagship games for PlayStation.
Oh yeah, I was still always like the first one. The first one was just the nostalgia feel about it, and the Greek like mythology added onto it. Getting to kick the ass out of a god. It's pretty. Yeah. It's a pretty good feeling.
That's a cool thought.
Also, when you always find these like weird little trivia factoids that like when you go through a game and like little or not really Easter eggs because it's part of the credits, but the narrator for the God of War games, like the woman who does that voice, she's on NCIS Los Angeles or something like that. Like she's that little old lady girl that looks like that Edna chick from The Incredibles. Do you know what I mean? She looks exactly like her. It's funny. Anyways, so yeah. Moving on from there, we're gonna talk really quickly about
I Oh, my camera's off.
Yep, your camera's off. Turn that back on.
Come back to us.
I actually got a BRB 2 seconds, sorry.
All right. For audio listeners, you may have heard a beep in and out. Apparently, my Discord did not want to go into streamer mode. So, oh well. AJ was talking about games he invested in. There was one game I invested in when I was on the PS3 back in the day, and it was Assassin's Creed 2. So that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the hell out of it. It's the only game on my PlayStation that I have a platinum trophy on. Everything else is all gold. So I played the shit out of it just to get that. Anyways, you may have heard this little thing of Ubisoft and Square Enix doing a partnership. It's like, the fuck? It continues their partnership with a Final Fantasy Chocobo horse coming in Assassin's Creed Origin.
Yes. Yes, please.
Why not? A new update for Origin coming soon adds a quest that, when completed, will apparently reward you with some kind of Chocobo horse. Below, you can see an animated GIF of said horse, as posted on the Assassin's Creed website. No word, as of yet, with what kind of special abilities this unique creature may have. But we're excited to find out. As mentioned before, Ubisoft and Square Enix have worked together for a crossover, or before in a crossover event. In August, Final Fantasy 15 was updated to include Assassin's Creed event that includes mini-games, items, and other elements based on Assassin's Creed. You can read about and I'm with Rigsby on this. All we get is the horse's ass. We don't get anything else in this gift. It's just beautiful.
I was in the middle of swallowing water, dude.
Sometimes that's sufficient, though, right?
Yeah, it works. God. It works enough. But yeah, so I did not expect this partnership to come about, and it did. So maybe they could do like some sort of. Oh no, don't do a Smash Brothers. Don't do anything like.
Well, that's the reaction when like any video game character gets together. Like,
Yeah.
well, wasn't expecting that partnership.
Right.
Well, there was, I think in Final Fantasy 15, like the partnership, I think goes back a bit too, because I think there's Assassin's Creed stuff in Final Fantasy 15, or it's like an add-on or expansion that you can pick up. And it actually adds
Easter
elements
eggs.
from Assassin's Creed into the game.
I don't want to be okay. Riggs, I get it, Riggs. I won't be formal. But I mean, I didn't expect this to come about. Although I'm still not gonna play Assassin's Creed Origins just because I got burned out on Assassin's Creed after Revelations.
I literally installed it today.
You just installed it today?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the series. Like, I love to hate it, so I gotta try it out. And I actually got it for free, so can't say no to that.
Yeah. Then absolutely play the hell out of it.
Yeah, I would rather receive I do have those times where I'd rather receive an okay game that I'm not 100% sure about for free than spend $60 on a game I'm probably gonna like.
Right.
Sometimes I'm just feeling kind of cheap, you know.
You know,
I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if I would have paid for it.
Yeah, I'm really not in the mood to pay for it. Right. Well, anything. But there are some games out there that, you know, you invest that $20 or that $60, like a new expansion for WoW. Obviously, we're going to get that. Okay? Because we like WoW. We want to do new content. So we kind of have to have that day one if you're like really big into it. Overwatch the same way. Most Blizzard games, actually. Or if not all of them. Another game I would do that for Smash Brothers if I had and if they came out with a Switch version, just because it's, you know, it's expected. I mean, I know a lot of people day one when a new Pokemon game comes out, they're gonna get it. I guarantee you, there's gonna be a freaking line out the door to get the new Switch version of the Pokemon game, which is gonna be amazing.
Because there's two fan bases there. There's Pokemon, and then there's the Switch crowd, and they're very passionate crowds.
But also remember, there's not been an actual dedicated Pokemon like RPG style series, unless you count the Stadium and Coliseum games. There's not been a dedicated Pokemon game where you actually go out to catch Pokemon on a console ever. It's only been for handhelds, and the only way you could actually play those on a console is if you remember in the N64, they had those compatible adapters where you could actually play a Game Boy Advance or Game Boy game through the game or through the Coliseum, or not Coliseum, Stadium. That's the only way I played Pokemon Yellow, when I actually had a game. I didn't have a handheld at the time. Now I do, but I have not played Sun and Moon just because after a certain generation of Pokemon is released, I'm sort of like burn out from it.
Yeah. I mean, Pokemon Stadium for the win.
Pokemon Stadium was awesome. I still remember
that was fun.
I still remember like defeating the gym battle and the League Four or Elite Four in the stadium because there was a gym leader tower, which is where you traveled up in order to get to the top. Once you defeated Giovanni at the top, then you got access to the Elite Four. Then you faced off against the Elite Four. You had to beat them in succession before you actually met your rival, and then you faced off against him. If you got all of them done, you were the champion. You got like this awesome graphic, and they showed all the Pokemon you used. I used all the Pokemon I caught in the game, not not rentals. Like they were all legit me catching rentals. One of them,
that was the Fight Club of Pokemon games, and I loved it.
One of them, one of my roster was the Articuno I caught, and it's still my favorite bird, and other than the other legendary birds I caught on Go. Let's talk about that real quick. All right, so Pokemon Go has had an update released, and
yes, they did.
People still play that?
Yes, they do. I actually opened up the app yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday, and caught my first Generation 3 Pokemon because Gen 3 is open, baby.
Grats.
Yeah, so I got a couple. I don't remember their names, so I'm not really like that wasn't one I followed that much, but they also added weather variants to it this time. So depending on what the weather is, you get bonuses for captures. So if let's say, for example, if it's windy outside or cloudy, certain types of Pokemon are better at certain types. So if it's raining outside, you can guarantee electric type's going to be better because there's water to conduct it, and it's going to have more effect. So if you catch
Pokemon teaching us science.
Yeah, if you catch a Pikachu while it's raining, not only are you going to have their attacks be better, but you're actually going to get more Stardust from it. So you have a better way of enchanting Pokemon.
Yeah, I think Totem's right in chat too. I think they only released 50 of the Gen 3.
Oh, they did?
So I think they only release a chunk of them at a time.
Oh, well, that's stupid.
Well, if they did the whole thing, people would know what to do with themselves.
I mean, there's a whole league down here of people. They go everywhere just to do gym battles. And I did for a good month. That's what I did. And then I just was like, I like my gas, so I'm going to keep it. And I also like to sleep. So I like to sleep too.
Are you getting no sleep lately, Cabo?
Yes. Well, I don't know about today because I slept on this bed right here. This is not the most comfiest of beds, but it gets the job done. But I did get enough sleep, so it was all good. It's all good.
Yeah, it was weird. I got pretty garbage sleep last night, but I was oddly energetic.
Very nice.
Don't know why.
It's hard to be energetic in your sleep, so I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you there. All right. Who remembers Mega Man?
Hands up. Refresh my memory.
Awkward silence.
I mean that's how it is. Like our guests usually know more about this shit than we do.
Hence why I bring.
I mean, I'm not like a huge expert, but I played it as a wee lad.
Wee lad. But yeah, so Mega Man was a really big popular side-scrolling game back in the day. Guess what? The entire Mega Man X series is coming to all major consoles in 2018.
Woohoo!
Yes, sir. There was a video that was released. There was a teaser. It's Mega Man's anniversary, and the live stream contained some exciting news for fans of the Blue Bomber, excuse me. In addition to announcing the brand new installments of the franchise Mega Man 11, the publisher revealed that a slate of Mega Man titles will be re-released for all major platforms this next year. This includes the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and yes, AJ, PC in summer 2018.
Yay!
However, Capcom didn't share any more details than that. We still don't know exactly when the titles will be released or whether they'll be available individually or as a compilation. I could see them totally doing a compilation of this. As was the case with the two Mega Man Legacy collections, Capcom says it will reveal more information about the X titles, quote, in the coming months from GameSpot's article. So,
it's a crime in the year 2017 to not have a game on the PC.
Right. It's the most.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
It's it is really the most versatile console out there because it's not technically a console.
You can do everything on a PC. Why do I need a console? Why do I need to be bound to a couch?
All right, the Mega Man. Well, you could still play a PC on your couch. You just have to.
You could.
You have to do some things.
I prefer a monitor because like I feel like if I have a decent sized flat screen over there. I feel like if I'm in front of a TV, like there's just too much space to look at. I need to be confined to just like right here, you know.
Yeah. And it is what all games are written in, as Reg says in the chat. Yeah. Totally. Totally. You know, I didn't play them much when I was a wee lad, to quote Gooch. But I will play these again at some point, and I'm thinking if it's going to be a compilation, I don't see it being like a $60 tag though. I see it being kind of affordable. Maybe the Mega Man 11 will probably be full price because it's new, but I'm seeing the bundle packs being cheaper just to like get people excited, hyped up for the next one, and then yeah, from there we'll just play the hell out of it. It'll be fun. It'll be great. Hello, Mega. Yeah. I just remembered Starbomb. Like, their song was like, "Hello, Mega Man," and music is Mega Man. It was love advice, love counseling.
Wow.
With Mega Man. So good. Now, y'all know it is illegal to stream sports matches on Twitch.
Right? Well, yeah.
It's illegal to it was also illegal to do the Heroes of the Dorm streaming on Twitch back when it was streamed. That was illegal just because, you know, they had an exclusive partnership with ESPN. I don't know why. To actually stream the game. However, some people tried some interesting ways to get away with it. This one guy, however, takes the cake for probably one of the best ways to get away with it. The article's quote, "Brilliant gamer streamed a UFC event by pretending to play a video game." So he put his camera in the corner, had a controller up, and like using the controller to actually control, like pretending he's controlling one of these characters to stream the event, and no one batted an eye at first.
That's so simple but so brilliant.
It's so brilliant. You're not supposed to break the law, obviously. That is one thing we all know for sure. But one gamer, we're not supposed to, but it's sometime. No. There's one gamer out there decided he was going to, and he did it in the cleverest way possible. Live raising Twitch gamer AJ Lester. AJ?
Hey.
AJ.
You did this? Your skin tone is very different in this video. I just got to say that right now. Anyways, wow, AJ Lester live streamed the UFC 218 pay-per-view event on Saturday night. An act that is definitely illegal, but he ended up getting away with it for the entire event. How? He used Twitch. Twitch is very set up against them. Twitch and similar platforms, you can live stream video games with a little window of yourself actually playing the game in the corner. Lester managed to fool copyright hounds by pretending to play a UFC game. He had a controller in his hand and was pressing buttons and making noises, really trying to sell it. At certain points, Lester's wasn't even trying. In the clip below, which is still somehow available. Well, I don't think it's available now. It looks like it has that. Yeah, his video is unavailable. It's been taken down. It was available on Twitter at the time. He's staring at something else until Francis, Nagano knocked out Alistair over him, and then he has the best reaction. Well, whatever. But that's brilliant. This guy deserves an award just for being like. I mean, yeah, he's definitely breaking the law, but he's doing it in a fun way.
Did you ever get to see any clips or anything of it?
I did not. I wish I did, because.
Oh man, it was so great.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah.
Did he react in time with like the fighting mechanics and stuff?
So, he's just randomly throwing it. And it's actually funny because it was pointed out to me from guys at work, and they showed me this like, "Hey man, did you see this guy who was streamed this whole UFC fight?" And I was like, "What?" And I watched it, and he's sitting there, he's going, "Ooh, punch, get him," and he's just sitting there, and he's just like rocking back and forth, and like there's times where it actually looks like it kind of lines up, but then there's other times where he actually completely looks away from the stream, and then like the fighters one of them will get knocked out. And he looks back and goes, "Ooh!" And it's like it's clearly fake at that point, but
yeah,
it was a hilarious thing to watch.
Oh man, it seems.
And it sucks that it all got taken down.
Yeah, that sucks, but it's brilliant. That guy's amazing. So he's out there. He may be in jail now, or he's just banned for doing something.
Yeah, he's not going to be. He's not going to go to jail for that.
That'd be a weird
hefty fine, maybe.
Yeah, there'll be a fine, slap on the wrist, but he's not going to go to prison
lose
for that.
Streaming rights.
Probably.
There'll be a strike on him. They'll definitely keep his eye on him.
Right. He might. What do you think? You think he'll do it again?
I mean,
Maybe start
I mean,
small.
for the lulz. For the lulz.
yeah.
Yeah, I would say, you know what? Just to be like a troll, like
They got their eye on him, though.
I have a brilliant idea. You know the dog show every year at Thanksgiving.
We just got linked.
Oh, it got linked. Cool. But you know the yearly
This one's still up.
you know the dog show that they do at Thanksgiving after the parade on NBC.
This is good.
He should do that. He should like just control. Oh yeah, let's look at this. Well,
You got to watch that real quick, Cavo.
All right, I'll watch it.
It's only 40 seconds long. You don't have to watch a lot of it. You can get a general idea.
All right, let me. Should I show it to the lovely people? I'm not gonna get banned for it. But
Just clips of it.
yeah, it's only gonna show you clips of it.
And maybe mute the audio.
Never see him.
There you go.
Wind up, throw everything into it. It's almost always like
He's like really trying to sell it.
pops to the body again.
He's doing the grunts and everything. Yeah.
And he got away with this for the whole fight, apparently. That's amazing.
The whole damn fight, yes. But no, he should like start small if he wants to do this again. But he should start with like I said, the dog show. And did like whenever the dogs are walking by, he's like controlling like, yeah, I got that walk there. I got that walk. I didn't jump on my owner. Like, yes. Or a golf tournament, probably. That'd be weird. Just funny. It's all fun stuff. All right. Wow, we went through the news part really quickly. But hey, so Gooch, if you're a goblin and you're looking for a guild, what would you recommend people go to?
Well, I would recommend you come over to Wormrest Accord and look for the 1% Guild, which is a goblin-only guild, and it's got actually the best goblins in the game in it.
Hell yeah. About half of them are in the chat room right now. So
Give or take. We travel in packs.
yeah. You can't really tell because we're small, but you can
Like
tell
a Nazi
it's a
war.
pack. We're a pack of goblin gamers. Yeah.
3 to a trench coat.
3 to a trench coat, sometimes 4. But
Traveling
so,
packs like the little freaking hyenas you are.
Yeah. Hey.
Ay.
But
I can just imagine now you guys and some other bloke in a trench coat. Who would be the face?
obviously me.
Cavo's
Clear.
definitely the face.
I'm obviously the face.
Like you just see Cavo's face on like a 17-foot tall person.
Sir, what do you do for a living? I'm a lawyer. Really? No, I'm not. I mean, my feet are. But we do a variety of things. We are on Wormrest, which is a roleplay server. There is roleplay, but we're mostly go back and forth between raiding and some PvP, I believe. Correct.
And roleplay.
Would you say so, Gooch?
Yes.
Yes. How far are we in on the raid team right now?
Right now we are. I think we're four down on normal. We've had with the holidays. We've had a really inconsistency in our members showing up, but that's fine. It's expected around the holidays.
You were going to say inconsistent people.
No, inconsistencies with people being able to show up, which is fine. It's the holidays. Everyone's allowed to go hang out with their family. I have no issues.
Time is money.
To quote Riggs, and I think this is actually Scab who said this, that makes grandma moist.
No,
It's Scab.
No,
That's
please
Scab.
no.
It's totally Scab.
Yeah, but if you guys ever want some hep, some blood elf action, in the stuff, just reach out. I know blood elves kind of stick out like a sore thumb amongst the goblins, but
And if you're not a goblin, and obviously you're not going to be in 1%, but we do have a non-goblin guild as well called the Help. If you want to go over there, so that they also help. They help with the raid team action too. So check us out. We have a website that we can check out and a Twitter account. We have a Twitter account too. So we'll check it out. We'll promote it throughout the show and at the end of the show as well. So
it's not a raid till grandma's moist and elves smell bad. Says
That's what
Riggs.
you're saying.
Oh boy, there's some nasty ass shit that
It ain't over till grandma's moist. Is that okay to say on the show?
Yes.
It's not a raid till grandma's moist. Oh, I just said it.
Yeah, he said it. We just said it twice.
Multiple times. It's been said
Mhm.
multiple times.
Well, I mean, we get this isn't exactly a family show.
No,
I mean, we
it's
tried
not.
to in the very beginning, but within 10 minutes, like this is just not going to happen with
That's
who
all.
we are.
That's why I'm always concerned. Like, if I eventually, like, oh, one day, hey, we might have Scott Johnson as a guest. I'm like, oh, I'll be concerned with the stuff. But then again, he's been on Night Attack, and Night Attack used to be a show called NSFW. So
Yeah. Like if we get some of the higher up, pro podcasters on, like some of them are very against the swearing though. Like on Convert to Raid, they are very clean.
well,
you
yeah.
know.
I mean, it also depends on like, well, if you're being sponsored by a company too, and they tell you, hey, we will pay you to do your podcast and work and stuff, but at the same time, we would like you to limit what you say. Or the bad
Right.
stuff you say. Like if
It's
Blizzard
representation.
came to me and said, "Hey, we like what you're doing. We would like to give you some information about the upcoming expansion to share on your show. However, could you tell that AJ dude to stop saying fuck all the time?" I mean,
I'm not
hey,
the only one
I
here,
say it
mate.
too. I say it too.
Well, I mean,
we'll try.
I mean, like you saw Torn and the Goblin. Not a single curse word
Right.
came from. I think.
Right,
Well,
I
I
know.
might have said shit once. I might have.
Well, okay, so
One
shit
shit
is,
might have slipped
shit
out,
is
but-
is more lenient nowadays. I've
A little
seen.
bit, but I think I did a good job.
Obviously, fuck,
I'm capable.
Obviously, fuck is not appropriate, but there's
Appropriate.
appropriate. It's not appropriate.
It's not proportionally appropriate.
But I I mean, if they came to me and said, "Hey, stop saying fuck all the time," I'm like, all right, I won't. We won't do that. But until that happens,
The show of 1,000 fucks.
yes.
What?
Unfortunately, I cannot title it that.
No.
Anyways,
I don't know on YouTube. I've seen some fucks in YouTube titles, but they might have changed that rule.
if you've seen some fucks in YouTube, you're on the wrong website.
It's not in the title. You pervert. But no, like in Lazy Peon's the old Dark Souls series from a couple of years ago, one of the titles of one of the episodes was "Fuck this game." So like it's clearly allowed to some degree.
Okay. Well, as long as they allow it, we may do it. Although I don't think Mark's gonna approve of it. Anyways,
Probably not.
let's continue on. So this past week has been a week that I know Gooch has been waiting for a long time. I've been waiting for a long time, and some other Overwatch fans out there have been waiting for a long time. Overwatch League preseason has begun, and it's already over.
Aw.
It's sadly already over, but it happened. All right, we had 4 full days of preseason games from the Overwatch League, and excitement all up. Like we got to see our favorite teams play. Myself, the Florida Mayhem, for Gooch, the San Francisco Shock, because he's wearing the jersey.
Shock.
And a whole bunch of other teams. Especially, I
West
really
Side.
wanted to see the Houston Outlaws because Jake and Cool Matt on it, being freaking awesome. And
I met Raucus at BlizzCon.
oh, lucky bastard. But
Was he handsome? Did he give good hugs?
I didn't touch him.
I didn't meet him. I just stared at him from afar.
No, we actually sat at the same bench eating pizza.
Oh well, that's a moment you can never forget.
That's a
Yeah, it was him and his girlfriend, and then me and my girlfriend were sitting there eating pizza. And I actually didn't notice him. And my girlfriend was like nudges, like, "Hey, we're sitting next to Rock." I was like, "Oh my god!" Got a little starstruck. Guys, a little bit younger than me.
I remember 2 years ago when I was at BlizzCon, I was watching the Heroes tournament, and I didn't notice who was sitting behind me until like 1 minute I turn around and look at something. And I look, it's one of the guys from Cloud9 behind me, and I'm like, shit, and I see it, so I line up my phone to try and give it look like I'm taking a selfie or something, and I just angle it so where the guy's head is in the middle, and he didn't notice. I took the picture. I'm like, guys, this guy from Cloud9's right behind me. I'm such a noob. Anyway, so Overwatch League started on December. When was the day? I forgot already. December 6th was the day it started. Originally, the very first game to be played was going to be Florida Mayhem versus the Philadelphia Fusion. However, Philadelphia Fusion did not compete in this week because of logistical problems and getting all their people to Los Angeles. They have not been doing so well to start right now. They've already got one of their players suspended. They weren't able to make preseason. I'm assuming the third thing is going to be someone didn't get their flight or something. But yeah, first thing first, though, that damn stadium is gorgeous.
Oh my God.
It is.
I can only imagine how much better it looks actually in person, right?
Yeah. So to give you an here, I'm even gonna look for a photo of this Los Angeles arena. But for those of you who are wondering, the Blizzard Arena originally was the Tonight Show arena or Tonight Show studio for, I think it was either Conan or Jay Leno. I don't know who it was, but it was one. It used to be it used to be their recording studio. And then they just remodeled it for an actual arena for esports stuff. And the UI that they had for this for the whole thing, which just looks beautiful. So I'm going to show you a picture of it, what it looks like just in its base form, and then I'm going to show you I'm going to try and show you what it looked like this weekend. So I'm going to put it up on screen now. This is what it looks like without like any effects. So like you see there's the Overwatch. Actually, I don't even think that's what it looks like anymore. No, oh wait, no.
That's the old one, I think.
Oh wait, you know what? Actually, this is the lower part. There is an upper part too that you don't see right here. There's actually another. Let me find another picture for it. But it's very interactive with the let me see here. It was very interactive with what was going on in game. So like whenever someone's ult, like you can see the ult status of each person, or like on their Discord and everything. Oh, look on Discord. Oh shit. Oh, I guess that works.
Don't break it.
I'm not breaking it. I'm not breaking it. I swear I'm not breaking it.
This is .esports.com.
So you know it's official.
Mayhem.
Yeah, here we go. That's a better shot right there. So, okay, so is it still on the screen here? Yeah, it is. All right, so you see up here, this is the actual look of the stage. So everything on the stage here going around to like the stands.
Look how small the players are. You can see them sitting there.
Yeah, it's a whole damn screen. So like
that's a very grand thing.
Yeah, so you see each team color on each side. So I don't know if you can see my mouse on here or not, probably not. But on the left side where the Mayhem side is, right above them in the top left-hand corner of that stage, their characters will pop up when they like who they're controlling, if they've died, what their health is, what their ult status is. Same thing on the other side, and then in the middle is where the actual gameplay screen is. However, one of the coolest things I thought that they had is this ring above them. Whenever they're on a map where there's a point they have to take control of, this thing actually starts filling up their control along with like in game. So like if they got the first tick controlled, there's gonna be one part of it that's gonna be like taken, like highlighted on this ring up here, and then it'll go all the way around until it's all the way taken. But it's so cool and it's so interactive. And I will say one thing: the guy who was in control of the win button, like who won the game, was not that good. Because let's say on the Los Angeles Gladiators game, like when the Gladiators won, the Valiant thing popped up. It was Los Angeles Valiant, and they're like, hey, that's not us. And they flipped it real quick. It's like, oh, there you go. It's just so beautiful. So here's the deal. So the preseason, just as in regular sports, it gives you a preview of what each game's going to be like. So we had 4 days worth of preseason games. The first 2 days were already scheduled. Like we knew who was going to play until Philadelphia fell through. So San Francisco took over for Philadelphia on the first game, which meant Florida Mayhem versus San Francisco Shock, which was direct rivalry with these two gentlemen that's on screen right now. So me and Gooch. I obviously was rooting for the Mayhem, so was Riggs and D in the chat room. However, Gooch was rooting for the Shock, and Shock won. So I have said if the Shock is not facing against the Mayhem, I will always root for the Shock, because they have
Shock for life.
They have a very handsome gentleman on there by the name of Dak.
Of course, that's what drew you in.
If you see this guy is
It's still Korea versus the world, though, for sure.
Oh God, yeah. So any team that has a dominant Korean lineup are freaking, they go ham. So obviously Seoul Dynasty, it's Seoul, South Korea, so go figure. London Spitfire is entirely South Korean. It's GC Busan and Kangdu is the other team.
Kangdu Pantera.
Not Boston Uprising. New York Excelsior have a predominantly Korean team as well. Some have mixed, like the LA Valiant has a mix of Western and Korean, or Western and Asian, and then Shanghai is entirely Chinese, and there's just a mix. The only predominantly, I wouldn't say Americans. There's not a predominantly American team. I would say if the ones that have the most Americans on their team though is Houston, just because Jake's on there, Cool Matt, Raucus, they're all from the States, and
Texas.
Then in Texas, I don't think they're actually
Texas,
from
Dave.
Texas though. Jake might be, but yeah. So it just gives you a great, like, there were so many plays that happened that we're going to be doing something after patch day's over just to like try something out. But what was some of your favorite matches that went on, Gooch, that you could just be like, I could watch that 5 times over?
Well, of course, I liked it. I was having a lot of fun watching all of the shot games, even though we only won one of them. I thought the game versus Valiant was really close.
Yes.
They came out in the wind, of course, real back and forth match. And even though we got 4-0'd by a Spitfire, I really think that we did all right. I think we showed some glimpses, and that line that they put out against us really put on a show. And I think that the boys are really going to be able to take a lot from it and learn, and just get stronger. It's preseason. This is a good learning experience, I think.
To answer your question, Rigsby, no, Zupe and Tivik are not American. One is, I think they're both Swedish. So there's a couple Team Swedes, yeah. But my favorite was the Houston and Dallas matchup, just because there's a lot of like little fights you got to watch, not just like the whole picture, but you got to watch like the character fights. Like for example, when both teams have Widowmaker out, you always want to watch who has the better Widowmaker skills.
Oh yeah, of course.
Linkster and Taimu were going back and forth with each other on who was the better Widowmaker. There was at one point where Linkster was on Tracer, and Taimu was trying to find a good point to snipe. Linked blinks over to Widowmaker, puts a pulse bomb on her, only her, and recalls out just for the savageness of it all. It was hilarious for one, but also just it was kind of rude, but it was funny rude.
I mean, come on, you gotta have some fun with that. It is still a game at the end of the day.
Yeah, it is still a game. It's preseason. It's all exhibition. They're not supposed to be taken seriously. As Monte Cristo keeps saying, you have to take all these matches with a grain of salt. Okay.
Monte Cristo's brutal, man.
Yeah, he's brutal. He doesn't like any team that's not Korean. Just saying.
That's pretty much what it is, right?
Next episode on Patch Day, we have Monte Cristo. No, I'm kidding.
Bring him on.
Bring him on. But there was also the Launchpad High Noon. That was also pretty funny. Where who was it? Was it London that did that? I think it was London.
Yeah. London did that against Shock.
Yeah, so this guy, he activates his high noon, walks onto the launch pad, gets launched up into the air, finds a target, and shoots him. It's only one person, but that person should feel very bad about themselves afterwards, because no one could find where that person was. And it's a good way to get a 6. It really is a good way to get a 6 kill, except there was no one in the vicinity. But
yeah, it amazes me how there's still spots in the map where you can pull stuff like that off. Like I was playing with Akira and Freak, who are monsters at Overwatch, and like they were doing this really messed up game mode where they were playing Battle Mercies. I was Reinhardt, and like the movement speed and everything was jacked up to like 1,000. It was
whack-a-mole, wasn't it?
Pretty much. Yeah. And like they were hiding. They used their floaty wings to get into this rock that was like on top and behind of a building, and I could not find them for the life of me. But I eventually did, and I killed them both, but it took like 20 mintes. And I'm like, it's amazing what things you can still do in the game without like hacks or whatever.
There are some fun modes in that game on the browser. Like there's one we called Hidden Sombra, which is Sombra who pretty much has her invis up all the time, except you have to keep activating. You can't have permanent invis. So it's Sombra being invis about the whole map, and a Reinhardt just going through whack-a-mole style, hitting his hammer, just trying to hit something that moves, and just hitting somebody by accident is the funniest part.
I love that as a Reinhardt, because like he has so many jumpy bitches like Battle Mercy, Sombra, Tracer, or grappling widows. You just go nope, It's like the most satisfying
May
feeling
is a bit
ever.
of a jumpy bitch too. So
I just hate like again, I'm only just recently coming back to Overwatch after like months of being away. And in that time, they buffed her freeze gun. It freezes you like that. It used to
Yeah,
be
it's
like
pretty brutal.
it used to be a pretty
Yeah.
steady, like you're slowing down, she's getting closer, now you're frozen. And it's like zip, frozen. And I'm like, that's such BS. Like, how can you possibly do anything about that?
how
And
cold is
like,
that gun?
like I feel bad about myself because I've kind of made McCree now, and I'm a good McCree. Like I'm gonna for a US guy, I'm a pretty good McCree, and like I should be popping that bitch from halfway across the map, but like I always feel shit about myself. Like the second I see her, I'm like, all right, time to die. Oh, and I'm already frozen. Like what can you do?
All right. Well,
It
going
feels so
back to
shitty.
the league talk real quick. So
Yes.
we both had both me and Gooch especially had some skepticism going into this because you didn't really hear much about Overwatch League when it was announced. So when 2016 rolled around that year, that's when we got the announcement for Overwatch League, and then we did not hear anything until I would say midsummer, is when we finally
Yeah, it
heard
was radio
something.
silence for a while.
Yeah, it was midsummer is when we actually heard something, and then a few months later we actually get like rosters shown up on the website, and then Twitter accounts made, and teams started getting drafted. By the time the recent BlizzCon was just about to end, it was literally the panel right before the closing ceremonies. There was talk of what was going on. Like they said merchandise was coming and there's an app coming. I'm still waiting for the freaking app.
They gave us a release date on that, actually.
Yeah, they did give us a release date. I wish it was sooner, but we did. But we finally get all this news. So there's this skepticism coming, like because it's taking so long for us to like hear about this, and then we're about to go into preseason. Like I'm nervous that it's going to be a flop because of how much pre-hype there is, but we haven't seen any like deliverance. And then preseason started. The streaming service, like they partnered with MLG for the stream on there. You can also stream the games directly from the Overwatch League website. They had one little issue with Chrome at the start, but it's now fixed since then. The stream is beautiful. The layout of the actual, like, if you watch sports and you live stream a football game, you will see that like on NBC.com, you will stream the game from their website. It'll give you stats on the side. It'll give you who has possession. It'll give you the score. It'll tell you all those things. This has the same thing. You get the game pops up on the main screen, and then on the side you get who won each map, what's the next map coming up, how many points was captured on each map. It was really cool. The casting was great. I think everyone, like the halftime stuff, everyone did a great job. It was very professional, and it was very polished. And I know Blizzard is really good at these kinds of things, but you still have the skepticism. They're coming into a established, like, not established esports like area, and I know that they were trying to master.
There's a lot of eyes on them, though.
There's a lot of eyes. There's a lot of eyes on the Overwatch League and how it would work, and I am happy with how to pay it off. I'm still kind of skeptical about like playing the entire series after one game is clearly won. Like example for the Mayhem versus the Shock when we were watching.
Yeah.
Shock got 3 games in a row and won. And there was one more game to go. I was like, why are we playing? We know we're gonna lose.
The way I guess someone explained it to me too that made sense is like think of it as like in football it's like 4 quarters. You got to play the 4 quarters regardless. But it kind of does it. It's still like if it's 2-2, then there's a 5th quarter that's played. But I guess that's just overtime.
In that argument though, even if there could still be a possibility in a 4-quarter situation for football that you can still make a comeback. Granted, if you got 50 points ahead of you, you're not going to make a comeback. But I don't know. I mean, I'm just used to once they've capped all of the games and then that person wins. But it's fine. I guess it's just more of like or more like do you want to be humiliated or do you want to be really humiliated?
Right.
So unfortunately, Florida was humiliated either way. But the reason for that, which I think the biggest reason for that at all is just because they only have 6 players and it's only the Misfits. Like, granted, Misfits are a really great team. They're really good with each other and really good playing. But you've got teams like London who have 2 separate teams that they could just switch out at any time, and they could even mix them. They could totally do that. All right, and we'll go into more details on that, which when we do the Overwatch recap later. But I'm impressed. I'm impressed with how the arena looks. I'm impressed with the casting. I'm impressed with the layout. I wish they had stats up right now so I could look at the damn stats. They have VODs where you can rewatch the games, albeit they need to come out like pretty quickly instead of the next day later that day. But
Yeah, a little bit faster than the VODs would be nice.
but it's really good. You can also get access to the shop where you can buy your gear. There is a great selection of stuff you can get. You can get keychains if you wanted to. You can get obviously the shirts and the jerseys. You can get hats. You can get pins. You can get all sorts of things, and it's ridiculous, but it's amazing. And I was streaming it right when my mom got here to visit, and like she didn't say anything right away, but she was watching. She's like, "What is this?" I'm like, it's the Overwatch League. She's like, "Oh, is this like esports?" I'm like, "Better. It's like NFL but for esports." She's like, "Okay." Like, all right, cool. But yeah, some VODs were instant, others were next day. There's some inconsistencies that need to be worked out. But from what I'm seeing, I'm impressed. I'm going to keep watching, and I'm going to stay invested in it. So yeah. Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think especially like kind of going back to Florida, like it makes me wonder like are they going to hit the panic button? Are they nervous that they only stuck with 6? Are they going to make signings right away when they're able to, or whenever the mid-season signings are? Or it's interesting how what's going to happen with that, because I believe they lost their second game too, right?
Oh yeah, they lost that same score.
Oh yeah, 3-1 against
3-1.
Fuel.
Yeah, they've got to do something. They've got to do something because remember, some of the players are not even eligible to play yet. So the rules were for this preseason: if they were eligible to play, they were supposed to be there and they were supposed to play. However, if they're not of age yet, they can't play, obviously, because you have to be 18 in order to participate in this. So people like Sinatra, people like Agilities, they were not able to play because they haven't. By the time preseason came around, they're still not 18. However, in January they will be. So happy early birthday, guys, by the way, if you're watching. Hi. But there is one signing that I am very, very nervous about. If you remember in the Overwatch World Cup, there was a South Korean player by the name of Flower who...
What kind of name is that?
Just listen.
It's a fabulous one.
He so of all the players who play right now, the people who play Widowmaker, they're good. That one on China, he's really good. Flower is freaking ridiculous though. Like in the World Cup, he was picking off people left and right. He got a team kill by picking them off, and it was like freaking guy needs to calm the hell down. He tweeted a photo of the New York Excelsior logo. It's just making everyone basically say, yeah, he's going to New York. So, yeah, that's who I'm worried about. But I'm excited for actual gameplay to start, which the first stage 1 of the first season will start on January 10th. And then each stage is 5 weeks long. And then at the end of the 5th week, like directly afterwards, there is a title match. And then from that title match, the winner of those title matches gets a $125,000 bonus added onto their winnings. So there's 4 stages altogether. Yep. And then after stages are done, there's playoffs and then the grand finals, which have yet to be announced where they're at. But I'm going to make a goal. Wherever they're at, I want to go to it. So
They'll probably be in LA first season would be my guess.
Maybe. But what I'm thinking, and part of me hopes Seoul's not going to be at the grand finals, is that they're going to like try to put it in an arena that's like very close to like each one's home area. So for example,
that'd be really cool.
That'd be funny. Like assuming if Dallas and Houston were in the finals, they'd have it in Texas, hopefully. But then again, if it's San Francisco and Seoul in the finals, you're gonna have to have it in Hawaii or something because halfway is the ocean. So Yeah, good
No,
luck
that
there.
would be great actually. Like, if we're, despite whoever the teams were, if they were to pick one of the cities that has a team in it and have the championship there, that'd be really fun actually.
Yeah, just don't do it in Seoul. Please don't do it in Seoul because I
Yeah,
don't have the money.
please do North
I
America,
don't have the money.
preferably in
America.
America.
Don't do it in North Korea either. That'd be very bad. I don't think that's gonna happen. But I
Jesus.
you never know. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, North Korea, perfect place for a holiday.
Oh God, yes. I mean, did you see the video of that guy trying to, or he escaped from North Korea? There was a video going on
Impressive.
Twitter. Like he rushed the border, and he got across the border. He got shot at multiple times, but he got across. He was very injured, and he was in his bunker, and then the South Korean soldiers from the other side snuck up and got him and got him to a hospital. But the thing that was newsworthy and that was bad about it was when they were following him to get him, a North Korean soldier actually passed over the border, and they're not supposed to do that according to one of their trade agreements. So a little politics, but giving you an idea. Anyways, South Korea, great place to go. North Korea, not so much. But please be in the States because it's much more easier on my bill. All right. But I have a goal wherever it's at. I would like to go there. I would like to apply for a media pass, and I would like to cover it, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, yeah, he was shot like 6 times. Yeah. So it was crazy.
Jeez.
Anyways.
And he still ran.
He still ran. Well, when you have high
Bless him.
adrenaline, you don't give a shit about your injuries. You're going.
Really feel much for like that couple of seconds when the adrenaline really kicks in, but still the fact that his body kept going, that's impressive.
And for all of you watching, I will if you're on EIG, so I will be putting out a video when the actual season starts. Like we'll be putting out recaps on the games that are played and making predictions for the games that go on. We're actually going to try something after the stream's over, just so I can like test something out and see if I can see if it works. If it doesn't work, we won't do it. If it does, hey. But it'll be covering each or most of the games. I'm not going to do each game because shutouts I really don't want to cover, just because it's a shutout. But it's going to recap some stuff. So this usually every Tuesday on the EIG channel on YouTube. It might change depending on like how much time I have in between, but all in all, yeah. So that is that, and I'd say that's the show. So,
I would say that is a hell of a show.
had a lot of fun talking about Overwatch League a little bit today, and then also that guy controlling the UFC fight on Twitch.
Yeah, that was amazing.
That was great.
That was
Yeah,
beautiful.
but Mr. Gooch, you really carried the Overwatch League, man. Like, I was so uninvolved in that compared to you guys. Like, you just came with the carry, man.
Mhm.
Oh, I get real passionate about things. Overwatch League's a lot of fun. I think I don't know. I think it's got a lot of potential.
Mhm. It's
Yeah.
certainly showing. And then once the season 2 comes around, and then when there's actually like home arenas that you can go to, that'll be really fun because I want to see like differences in each arena and all that. Because I'm even though you won't be watching it that much, because let's face it, you'll be watching the screen. But still, anyways. Hey, speaking of Scooch, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me at Gooch_the_Goblin on Twitter, or right here on Twitch at GGGooch.
DJ Gooch on Twitter. Also
The
find
wonderful goblin.
Also find the 1% on Twitter as well. They are the Goblin Guild, the best damn Goblin Guild on the planet. So if you have a goblin,
Yeah, they're actually really easy. It's at the 1% on Twitter. We also have a website. It's the1%.shivter.com. If you want to check us out, it's literally open invites. All you have to do is play a goblin. Come join
You're
us.
in.
We have lots of fun.
Yes, bring it. AJ,
Must be intoxicated for raids.
Yes.
Your
No, I
raids
must
your
be,
guys'
but
raids are
if
so
you
fun.
If you do like to be intoxicated while raiding, we do not discourage that.
Do not.
We
We actually
It's so
encourage.
fun.
slightly encourage it sometimes too.
Oh my god! Like we might have been wiping on normal Goroth, but like, holy crap, was that fun?
Yeah.
Just
You know,
Crystal,
that was
Crystal, Crystal,
great.
Crystal, Crystal, Crystal.
We have
such a
our
meme.
our off nights.
But that was fun. The most important thing is that it was fun.
Here's
Fun
Honestly.
must be always.
this is one thing I love / kind of hate. There was a Twitter picture of their first night in Antorus. And they said, why can't you guys aren't progressed more in Antorus? There's all of them as a feral wolf dancing in the freaking shot. I'm like, seriously?
Yeah, I think we had like
Seriously?
14 or 15 of us, and we spent a good 40 minutes making sure we all got lined up and into our proper ghost wolf forms.
Mm-hmm.
It was ridiculous.
It's funny how when you have more coordinating on lining up feral wolves than you do on the actual boss strat. So
Raid
just saying,
goals.
just saying. I'm not hating. I'm just saying. All right, AJ, where can people find you at on the interwebs?
On most places, it's AJ9Lives, AJ9LIVESS. Twitter is probably the best place. That's where I tweet a lot of stuff, connect with lots of people. I'm a chatterbox. I feel like I've been neglecting some of my internet bros, but there's just so many internet bros. There's so many internet bros, man. I'm sorry. I'm a busy guy.
Speaking of 9 lives, how many of those do you have now?
I mean, have I died recently?
I'm just kidding.
I mean,
I
well,
just
I mean,
thought of
I
asking
don't-
that question. That was. By the way, that reminds me. You want to hear a dumb joke?
Sure.
Always.
So
Always.
we have this joke this joke I've been doing with Chia, and it happens at work now. But we have an account at work that's Hot Topic. So Hot Topic is obviously the store you go to get all the
I love Hot
anime
Topic.
stuff. You like that store?
Yeah, band shirts, man. It's the only
Oh,
reason
yeah.
I go there.
Yeah. So I said this in a call once to Chia, and she gave me this weirdest look, and she was talking about Hot Topic, and I just went, Hot Topic. And she looked at me like, no, never do that again. Like,
Oh yeah, because like
"Why?"
Hot Pockets.
It's Hot Pocket. So that
Yeah,
reminded
that's
me
what
of
we
a
said.
joke. So my joke is, so you know Hot Topic, the place where it sells the clothes, they're doing a new line of athletic wear. You know what it's called?
Why?
Do you know what it's called?
What's it called?
Lean Topic. Get it? Do you
Yeah,
get
I
it?
get
Yeah,
it.
you get it?
Because like there's Hot Pockets, there's
Lean
Lean Pockets,
Pockets.
which is the dietary friendly Hot Pockets.
If they open up a breakfast store called Croissant Topic, I'm going to slap somebody.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
I mean, because 90% of the people going to Hot Topic are not athletic. All right, I can vouch for that. Like we're all nerds, we're weebs and or edgy band shirt people. We're not going there for athletic wear. I hope they do well, but I don't see it doing taking off too much.
AJ, it's a joke. They're not actually selling them.
Oh,
AJ's on strike.
That's part of the joke. I like how you didn't even fall for the joke part, or you found a part that's not true, which reminds me of one of our guildies.
I'm sorry.
You know half piece, right, Gooch?
Half piece too good.
Yeah, who's sometimes half baked. But
Hi-oh.
we we were I was explaining something in Discord once. I was starting a story, and I said, yeah, me and my mom, we were just talking about something. He goes, you have a mom?
Wow.
Like, I don't know why it's so funny, but it was perfect. So anyway,
He usually logs in like after he's already been to the bar, for a few hours.
yeah. Do you all have a minute to talk about the flat earth movement?
Well, that's pretty much my girlfriend's dad in a nutshell.
Oh my god. And of course, you can find me on Twitter at Cavo350. Same on YouTube, Twitch, Pornhub, all those places. I'm everywhere. Be square. You can follow Patch Day at Patch Day Podcast on Twitter. You can also email us at patchdaypodcast@gmail.com. You can send us a topic that we can talk about on the show, or a news article as well at one of those options. You can also follow or find our website at patchday.podomatic.com. And for all the video feeds you can find on the EIG network, that is Elite Immortal Gamers on YouTube and Elite Immortals on Twitter. And subscribe to our podcast on iTunes because it's awesome. We'll be back next week for more gaming goodness in your weekly dosage. Till then, for AJ, for Gooch, for myself, and for all you nasty people in the chat room, we will see you next time. Logging off. Bye now.
Toodaloo.